that Lavell has not turned around once. Now he does. Here's your tail of the tape. Both guys pretty even. Trey Jimenez came a little bit heavier, 134.7. And Lavell will have a major reach tonight, of about 6.5 inches. And we'll throw it into our ring announcer, Jason Nivens.
Round number 4 is brought to you by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Fighting out of the blue corner, Lavell Richmond Jr. And fighting out of the red corner, Trey Jimenez.
Familiar face as the referee, Nick Behrens. You'll be seeing him all night long tonight. He's a referee for every single fight tonight, and he's a good one. You've definitely seen him on shows like BKFC and even some UFC fights here when they're local. This guy is one of the best in the biz.
Fight.
Our time clock brought to you by Hoyt Excavating. Richmond and Jimenez is underway. Good right hand by Richmond off the bat.
Lavell Richmond wasting no time and has that huge reach advantage like we saw on the tail of the tape. Those long jabs and crosses, the straight punches are going to be a major key here for him to stop the takedowns that come from Jimenez.
You can see lots of movement. And there's that big takedown by Trey Gotti. Perfect entrance right there, Jeff, and he got it smoothly.
Yeah, beautifully timed. Lavell is doing a good job of working right back to the fence.
Yep, and it's a staple of the marathon. Trey Ogden's a really good grappler himself, and he passes that off to, all of his pupils, if you'll say. You can see Trey Gotti having success so far, but Lavell is just fighting his way back up. He's to a knee right now.
And not using the right techniques per se, but it's getting the job done, right? He got to the fence. He kind of muscled his way to get the wizard and then use the fence to get up. As we see Lavell fighting the hands here. Trying to lean down Lavell.
Oh, and there's a good trip right there for Lavell. Right back up. You can see Trey Gotti working hard for this takedown again, and he's super close. This would be a big win for Lavell Richmond if he's able to break free, because Trey Gotti is working relentlessly for this takedown.
And repeated mat turns for Jimenez here, but Lavell's doing all the right things. It's tough to take down these tall, lengthy guys. They seem to land like cats. It's like taking down a table. They somehow seem to always land on their feet, and Jimenez is having a tough time breaking down Lavell after the takedowns.
And Lavell trying to fight the hands, but having a tough time breaking that grip of Trey Gotti. It's a tight one.
Yeah, Lavell does a great job of working towards his corner to that fence. If someone's in on a body lock like that, you want to get to the fence. As I say that, Jimenez in on a double, finishes it, lands here in side control as he finds himself in a crucifix position.
Dominant position right here for Trey Gotti here. Late in round number 1.
Big bucks from Lavell here trying to get out, but he's not doing the right thing technically, and he was able to explode out of some of those takedowns and get back to his feet earlier, but you can only do that for so long, Josh. The explosions without the technique will get you tired no matter what.
You can see he's trying to use his feet to get him into the cage.
I don't like that from Jimenez. It's your job to punch until the ref tells you to stop. Don't ask for the finish. Focus on what you can control. If the ref wants to call it, then he'll call it.
Moves to a high full mount right there.
Lavell has no answer, not doing the right things technically, kind of just exploding out of positions, trying to athlete his way out of mount.
And one thing we've seen from Lavell is there is no quit in this guy. Quick submission attempt by Trey Gotti at the end of the round to no avail. We will make it to round number 2.
Great first round for Jimenez there. Had success on the takedowns and towards the end was actually able to control Lavell a bit more. Lavell's such a good athlete. I would like to see him learn the technique to get out of some of these positions. Here in the major pack replay, we saw the beautifully timed takedown by Trey Jimenez. Lavell did a good job of getting back to his feet, exploding into things, fighting hands when he could. But it was just the relentlessness of Trey Jimenez on these takedowns. And towards the end, a good double leg, ends up in side control. This is where he was able to land the most damage. Good shots. And this is where we saw Lavell struggle, not really knowing what to do. And the athletic movements will only get you so far. You have to mix it with the technique. And he just seems to not know the answers when he's on his back.
So it will be an interesting round number 2 proposition for Lavell Richmond. Can he keep this fight on the feet, as both of these guys, same age, same cardio level, but there's no quit in Lavell Richmond. He's going to look likely to take the head off of Trey Gotti here in the second round, but we'll see what the game plan is on the side of Trey Jimenez.
Am I wrong, or is Lavell not even sweating?
He's not sweating at all. There's zero sweat on him.
He's I can't get over the fact he's a natural athlete, and it's just he's missing these small details. But let's not take away from Jimenez. He's controlling him when he's on top and doing all the right things.
You can see the step in right hand just out of range for Lavell Richmond. Definitely cautious about that takedown right now. Just keeping his distance.
Yeah, if you're Lavell, you know what he's looking for. So let's do anti-wrestling strikes, meaning let's feint the uppercut, let's feint the knee, let's feint the teep, let's feint the kick, stuff up the middle to avoid this situation where Troy Jimenez gets in on a takedown, dumps him down.
A great single leg, dumped him down with it. Lavell up to his feet once again. So you can see that grip that Trey Gotti gets is very tight, and Lavell is having trouble with it. It's a matter of time before he gets taken down again with that grip.
Beautiful takedown and called on cue from his corner. Trey Ogden called for a DC1. Shout out to Daniel Cormier, but it's a takedown where you basically step over the leg and you do a sweeping motion like you're hiking a football with your leg as you have a body lock and secure takedown. And
I've heard that so many times, DC1. I had no idea it was some homage to Daniel Cormier.
Oh, absolutely. The fence changes everything with the wrestling. We don't really see much open mat folk style wrestling with these double legs. It's all on the fence. So you can take a credentialed collegiate wrestler and put him against someone that has not that much wrestling experience but has good MMA experience, and they're going to have a tough time taking someone down.
If he posts, you're going to take the risk. A little more punching for me.
That takedown's a staple of the Marathon MMA team. And it's got Trey Jimenez in full control here.
And we're just not seeing Lavell do the right things. Right now he has an overhook from bottom half guard. This just secures, you're holding Jimenez on top of you. He needs to be looking for an underhook, but Jimenez just being suffocating with that shoulder pressure.
And there he's working for that underhook finally, Jeff.
Yeah, he needs to get more on his right hip though, because as of now, when you have the underhook without the angle, you're just still pinning yourself down. You're just losing one of the arms in the process.
Hey, 30 seconds here.
You can see Foley flat on his back, and Trey Jimenez starting to pull away here in the full half guard.
Some more D'Agostini handcuff action as Jimenez grabs the wrist behind the back of Lavell. Ends up here in full mount.
See Lavell flailing.
Yeah, and it's just big explosions. Just not only get you so far.
Big shots right there from Jimenez to end round number 2. And he's pretty fresh as well. Yep, still no sweat from Lavell Richmond here. He's good to go, but right now just
here in the major pack replay. Sorry, Josh. We see the DC1 called by the corner, and Trey Ogden. Jimenez executes beautifully. Good ground and pound. Disguises the slide to mount with the ground and pound. We see him take the back of Lavell temporarily, and then we see the explosion / the flailing from Lavell. Regardless of what the result is of this fight, Lavell has some homework to do, right? On his back, he has some of the skills, right? He's tall, he's long for the weight class. His striking is sharp. It's just he doesn't know exactly what to do when he's on his back, and these are easy fixes to do. So Lavell has some homework regardless of the outcome of this fight, but Jimenez is executing a game plan to a T.
And credit to Lavell, too, stepping up on 10 days' notice.
Absolutely.
And looking
absolutely
this fresh. It's incredible.
Last one, ready? Last one, ready? Timekeeper, let's fight.
Round number 3 of bout number 4 between Richmond Jr. and Jimenez is underway. There's that right hand, just missed from Lavell. He's on a mission here, but deep takedown attempt by Jimenez early.
And that's what Lavell needs to do. He came out with forward pressure. It makes the takedown harder. And he defended the takedown initially with the hip, which is what you want to do. but didn't get the underhook, and that's what he's missing there. He defended it with the hip. He needs to dig an underhook. Otherwise, you end up with the situation we have now with Jimenez on double unders, pressing him against the fence.
Tried to throw him right there. You can see Lavell working to get the underhook. On the right side, he has it.
But the underhook is pointless, Josh, without getting to that side, because then you're just making the takedown almost easier because you're trapping your own arm in there.
So he could turn him if
Exactly.
he puts his weight on the right side more.
A takedown that's very common, and the Marathon MMA guys do this beautifully too, is that they want you to dig that underhook, and then they'll trap you even tighter with the body lock, like we see there. But beautiful explosion there by Lavell to try to almost switch the position as he's in deep. That was in tight, but Jimenez did the right thing. When it's that front naked choke, ninja choke, whatever name you want to call it, you have to just say, hey, my neck might break doing this, but I'm going to full 360 at my way out of this. And you want to do that before it's too late. And Jimenez did the defense there perfectly because that was in tight.
Right, gave out the position, but he absolutely had to do that to get out of that tight guillotine from Richmond. And it's the first time we're seeing Lavell Richmond on top. Good knees to the body. This he's very creative when it comes to his striking.
You got to think, though, Lavell is down 2 rounds here. He's going to need a finish if he wants to win this fight. And this is what I was talking about in between rounds. Like, Lavell has the skills. It's just, for example, only people with long arms can lock up that front naked that quick. And he was able to do it in half a second. So he does the right things. As he's looking for the choke again, but to no avail. Jimenez is going to cross sides here to ignore the choke.
Jimenez. Under a minute to go here in round number 3. Will there be a last prayer from Lavell Richmond? You can see he had some success early. Gotti back in on the wrestling here. And he controls that wrist.
No Kimura here, though. Although Lavell's fishing for it, there's not much he can do with this. There's no leg involved. In a Kimura, you do need a leg involved, right? So you can have control of the hip to possibly sweep or finish the Kimura. But from this position, it'll be tough.
And you know Jimenez wants to end this fight with a bang. He's going to start to posture up, landing some body shots. He knows that he was cruising tonight. Looked really good doing it. Great grappling performance by Jimenez. And just showed that form of martial art he's better at than Lavell Richmond tonight.
Yeah, excellent performance by Jimenez, even facing some adversity in that 3rd round with the tight choke wrapped up, but did the right things. And again, kudos to Lavell. Steps up on 10 days notice, and I think maybe towards the end I saw a bead of sweat, but I don't know if that was his or not. But just to harp on it a little bit more, because I feel like I haven't enough. Lavell is very talented, man. I would love to work with this kid. It's just he has all the skills. He has the length. He has the reach. Sharp striker. It's just these fine little details which are easy fixes. He just needs to know them.
Right.
And this kid, his future's bright. He should look back on this, hopefully listen to my commentary, not saying I know all these things, but he just doesn't know what to do in certain situations. If he did, I feel like he could have a lot of success. Again, kudos to him stepping on 10 days notice. He's got some homework to do, but Jimenez pitched a shutout.
And looked good while doing it. He's got some fans in the building tonight that were here to see him. And if it's Lavell Richmond and the Warriors Academy, a team, you're back to the drawing board, potentially maybe getting some rounds in with Jeff Molina, getting some pointers. That would be great to see, and then we'll see Lavell Richmond back in the FAC. This was his first time competing on this sort of stage. It is a bigger sort of arena and a lot more, eyes on a promotion like this, and it's the first time Lavell was stepping up on this stage. But same for Trey Jimenez. Yeah,
this is great experience for the both of them. This production, the lights, this is what it's like in the big show. So to get this early in your amateur career, it's just going to benefit both these guys as they proceed with their career.
Let's get the scorecard from Jason Nivens.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for these fighters going the distance. Give it up for them. Nice work, fellas. Nice work. Judge Geary scores the bout 29-28. Judge Marquez scores the bout 29-28. And Judge Miller scores the bout 29-28. Your winner by unanimous decision, out of the red corner, Trey Jimenez!
And Trey Gotti knew that he got that one tonight. A really good performance, great fight from Trey Jimenez, and a guy that stays undefeated. He's never taken the loss as a mixed martial artist so far, and we will definitely see this guy in the future on a lot more FACs, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm sure we'll see both these guys back in this FAC cage. Again, Lavell has some homework. Shoot me a text, Lavell. Shoot me a DM. I'd love to get some work in with you. And once again, congrats to Trey Jimenez on a big win over a very tough kid.